Okay guys, when I was grading this poster, I noticed that the biggest place people were confused about is what happens when glucose or sugar enters your cells. We say they're burned, energy is transferred to ATP, and then the food becomes CO2 gas and water. So I want to show that today in a simple format using some supplies that you are familiar with. So I'm going to have you guys take your mini poster paper and create a matrix that looks like this, or a mat, whatever you want to call it. Reactants on the left, energy changes into ATP, and the atoms change into this pool over here. Okay, so when you burn your food, you have two things that happen. The energy in your food changes and the atoms in your food changes, and that's what this is hopefully going to show. So we're just going to stick with the basic food, although other types of things in your body can be burned for fuel. The main one is glucose. So you're going to make a glucose molecule, and you are going to burn it or metabolize it in the presence of 6 oxygen molecules, like that. But I want you to make a modification to glucose. On every chemical bond, which is shared electrons, which is shown with a white tube, I'm going to have you tie a pipe cleaner to it. This is going to represent energy, chemical potential energy. So every place you have a chemical bond, that's stored energy. So by the time you finish preparing your glucose for this demonstration, it will look like this. Food is loaded with chemical potential energy, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're going to do a time-lapse video showing the rearranging of glucose and oxygen into CO2 and water over here. And as you are rearranging the glucose, you are gonna liberate the energy or the pipe cleaners off of the chemical bonds and put them into the ATP pool. So it will show in a simple way the two things that happen to food when you eat. How does the energy change? How do the atoms change?